Make sure you stay to the end of the video for a special announcement. What is up, you guys? My name is Jessie and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about all the books that I read for the month of March. So in this video you will see all the books I've read, including the books in my ratings for the backlist readathon that I participated in, and of course make sure you stay till the end of the video so you can hear the little tiny special announcement I have going on. Did not do any research before filming this. Well, what else is new? Alright, so let's read the books that are not part of the backlist readathon. The first one, which is the first one I read for the month, is The Wrong Family by Taryn Fisher, and this is getting a whopping 1 star. And I ended up DNFing it at the 160 page mark, I think is where I left off at. And guys, I usually don't rate DNF books, but this is deserving a 1 star book for me. I did not like this one at all. I've already forgotten their names. It was Juno and Winnie. So Juno is living in this house with Winnie, and Juno has this terminal illness, and basically she's just living out her days, and she's living in this house with this picture perfect family. But then she hears something, and she used to be a therapist, so she thinks that she can try to fix what's happened. But you guys, unless you want to read a book that literally goes into so much detail about every second of the day that happens to these characters, don't waste your time, because it was so boring. Nothing happened. I was ready to pull my hair out, and I was like, I want to read this book, but I don't want to read this book because it's so bad. I do know there are a few people out there that loved this book, but honestly, I think I'm just gonna give up on Taryn Fisher because I did not like I Could Be a Better You. I wasn't a big fan of The Wives. This one, totally not a fan. It's probably made my worst book that I've read this year so far. Hate to be negative, and if this is your favorite book, I'm not trying to be mean or rude. I'm just voicing my opinion. I really did not like this book, and after I DNF'd it, I kind of watched a few videos and live shows and kind of got spoilers of what happens, and honestly, I could have told you that was happening from chapter 1. Yeah, was not very shocking. I kind of had that feeling the whole time, but yeah, unfortunately, this was a bust. The other book I read, not part of the backlist readathon, was Shipped by Angie Hockman, and I absolutely loved this book. Gave it 5 stars. I would highly recommend. It was what I needed to have a mental vacation. So basically, they say it's The Hating Game meets The Unhoneymooners. Now, I have not read The Hating Game, but it is coming up in my to read pile. It's enemies to lovers meets work enemies, to lovers. So basically you have our main character, I kind of forgot her name already, but basically she is up for a promotion, and so is the guy that she can't stand. And they are sent on a project to go to the Galapagos Islands on a cruise line, by the way, which I love cruises. They're so much fun. And they're sent off to the Galapagos Islands to kind of market and do social media type stuff. Well, it's very obvious that there is some chemistry between the two, and it was just so good. I loved the romance. I loved the characters, especially our main character sister's Walt. I hope she gets her own book. I would definitely look forward to that. Honestly, this was just such a relief. I loved the whole vacation vibes. I totally felt like I was there. I may have had a pina colada while drinking this drink just to set the mood, but it was so much fun, and I highly recommend you pick this one up. So going into the backlist readathon books, we're going to start with The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchinson, and this one I gave 4 stars. I did this one for the recommendation by another book influencer, and my friend Gwen had talked about this one, and I really did enjoy this one. It's a series. I don't think I'm going to continue with the series. I'm not a series type person, but this one has to do with I don't even know how to describe it. So the FBI is interviewing this girl who escaped this butterfly garden, and basically this gardener has kidnapped these women and tattoos these butterfly wings on their back, and then he has them as kind of they're held hostage, but kind of like pets in a way. And then like if they were to die or anything like that, he displays them on these like glass walls to show their wings. It's super weird. It's super weird. But the book writing style, as well as like the flow of it, was very indulging. Like I literally read it in one book. It was really, really good. However, the ending was a little lackluster. It's definitely not a 5-star read, and I think that's what Gwen said as well. However, it has been one of those books that I've like had stuck in my head, and I probably would be recommending it shortly. So the next one I want to talk about is The Right Swipe by Alicia Ray, and this one is kind of like I thought it was like a hate to love, but I think it's like a hate to love mixed with a second chance romance. But basically you have these two people who used to have a fling back in the day, then they like ghosted each other. It's got a lot of like ghost history. Well, anyways, they're both working for these two rivaling like dating app services, and they kind of like, I don't know, the way their relationship blossoms is really cute. For this book, I only gave it 3 stars just because one thing that really annoyed me was our main character. I could just tell off the bat her like attitude and the way she spoke or carried herself. I felt like that was going to get her in trouble, like unintentionally. And so the way she would like speak to Samson, who is our main character, or love interest I should say, the way she would talk to him, I'm like, I feel like you're taking this a little too far. So I kind of felt like the author kind of set up our main character for failure from the get-go, but I don't know. I did really enjoy this one. There are some other books that I think follow some other characters, and this is a very diverse book. So if you're looking for a little bit of diversity in romance, definitely check this one out. I think I might check out the second one and see, because I think I've heard people liked the other ones versus the first books. So let me know in the comments if you agree. And the next one was Fuzzy Mud by Louis Sakar, and this was the middle grade pick. And honestly, I don't mean this like in a negative way, but I don't read middle grade. But I felt like this was a fun, super easy book to get through, and I gave it 3 stars. But mostly because there was nothing wrong with it. It's just I'm not the targeted audience for this. So I felt like I couldn't rate it bad because I didn't hate it, but I couldn't rate it high because I didn't really enjoy it, and it's not something I typically do read. So I felt like a 3-star was appropriate rating. For the Backlist Readathon, when I was setting up my TBR, I wanted something a little more on the spooky side just because I like thrillers, and I felt like that was a safe choice for middle grade. So I found this one, and basically you have our 2 main characters who are walking home from school. They take the same route every single day, and all of a sudden they decide to take a different way. They decide to cut through the woods because it's a shortcut. But really, one of the kids is trying to avoid a bully, and when they enter the woods, they kind of notice something kind of strange in the wood. It literally looks like mud that's fuzzy. Like, who would have thought of that? And then that's when the bully shows up and things go down. So I do think this was a cute book. However, will I be picking up more middle grade? Probably not, but I'm glad I read this one. The next one I read was Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. One of the main reasons why I picked this up, besides it being for the favorite genre prompt, I picked this one up because I read His and Hers by Alice Feeney, and I really did enjoy that one. Gave it 4 stars, and I've heard nothing but great things about this one, or people were like, oh, it's not that great, but the ending is crazy. So I was like, okay, I have to pick up this book and see like what the fuss is about. If you're curious about this one, or if you haven't read it, it is about this woman named Amber. She is in a coma, but she can hear everything that's going on. Like, she can, like, if someone enters the room and is talking about her, she can hear them, and she knows what's going on. She just can't move, speak, or open her eyes at all. So she has no idea what's going on, but she does know what's going on. And then you get little flashbacks of like what happens. But basically, in the synopsis, it says, my name is Amber. There are 3 things you should know about me. 1, I'm in a coma. 2, she doesn't think her husband loves her anymore. And 3, sometimes she lies. This plot twist did get a crazy reaction out of me. However, this was not a 5-star book for me. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. Honestly, I kind of struggled to like pay attention to this one. And I don't know if it was like the audiobook or when I was trying to read it physically. I don't really know exactly what the problem was, but I was having a really hard time focusing. So it may have just been a me thing, but I did enjoy this one. I would recommend it if you're looking for like a thriller that has a crazy plot twist, so definitely check it out. And the last one I read was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn, and this one was for the book published before 2017. I think it was like published 2005, 2006, somewhere around those lines. But this one I ended up giving 3 stars. I wasn't like, I don't know, I think it's just been a while since I've read Gone Girl, which is the only other book I've read by this author. And I think it was just, I don't know, the writing style just wasn't clicking with me. I'm not sure if it was like because it was the last book for the readathon, if I was feeling a little burnout or not, but I don't know. It was a really short book, so it didn't take very long for me to get through this book just because it was such a short book. However, I do know that one thing I thought in particular about this book was actually one of the spoilers. So I wasn't 100% like shocked, but like it was kind of crazy. It does have some trigger warnings. If you're interested in that, please do your research for that. But yeah, I think Gone Girl was way better, but again, I did read that one quite a bit ago. Hey guys, this is Editing Jessie. I just wanted to pop on here and let you guys know about the secret announcement that I clearly forgot to film in my video. But Rex by the Bottle is coming back. It will be August 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Me, Jackie, and Gwen will be giving you guys book recommendations and answering questions on our live show over on Jacqueline's channel. Our live show is all about giving out good book recommendations for certain things that you're looking for, like certain romances, thrillers, things like that. So make sure you check out the live show on August 16th at 8 o'clock over on Jacqueline's channel. I will leave all the information as well as her channel and the last live show that we did in January down in the description. Alright guys, that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on other future videos. I definitely have a few lined up. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!